All right. So, yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit about composition. You guys are going to compose music for your ads. Okay. So, let's just move on. Okay. So we talked about a little bit about the rhythm section. We talked about drums and a little bit about bass. And now we want to talk about chords. Chords are important. Okay. We we're not going to talk about the progression part today. I'm just going to guide you on how chords are structured, how chords are made. Okay, so yeah, chords are made are made of individual notes that are put together in certain order, and the common types of chords are major and minor. So in a major scale, so we're going to be using major scale. Okay, major scale is that scale that you learn in kindergarten. Okay, so that should be enough for us to create music. Okay, so major chords are made of the triads. The triads meaning the first, third, and the fifth notes of the scale. Okay, so if I want to make C major, this is C, one, two, three, four, five. One, three, five. So let's just do that. Okay, so major chord are made of triads. We want to make a C major. One, two, one, dang it. One, three, and fifth. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so um yeah, so this is C major. How about C minor? So minor chords are made of the same triads but with a flat third. So the third, what does it mean in flat? It means you push that third note back a half step. So in my case, this is um, I'm going to push this um, a half step. So meaning in your DAW, you see this black and gray lines, right? One step means you skip that one line and go one step. Half step means you go, you know, just, you know, just beside that, or below or above um, the original position. Okay, so one step, skip one line, and half step, don't skip. That's all. Okay, so here you go. Let's listen. Major, and then minor. Now you hear the difference, right? You should be able to hear the difference. Okay, so but we are going to go a bit further than that. That's just super basic. Okay, so the type of chords that we want to use on our music, or or well, it's actually up to you, but it's one of the things that's very common in like R&B, um, lo-fi, even jazz, and probably hip hop. Okay, so it's a major seventh chord. So what does it mean? So if you look at the scale, you have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So if you want to make major seventh chord, just have to add that seventh note in the end after the fifth. So one, two, three, five. So let's find the seventh note. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. That's the seventh note. Okay. Which is a B. Now it's a major seventh. Okay. You hear the difference? That's major chord, and then major seventh. There's a little bit of a different atmosphere to it. Okay, so That's major seventh. And what about minor seven? It's the same, but you just have to, like before, um, whoops, 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 whoops. Uh, Push the third back. Okay, so um, the third note goes a half step, and you have minor seventh. Sort of. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Let's go back. So yeah. So in conclusion, when you're creating chords, think about the scale. Okay. So also like this, like if you want, let's say you want to make a major six, how do you make major six? So find the six of this sixth note of that scale, which is just right there, and you got major six. Okay, what about the two and four? So those are called the suspended chords. Okay, so if you want to at the second note, we have the C sus2 or fourth C sus4. Okay, so the two and four are suspended, and then six and seven are like the added chord. So it's major seventh and major six. Okay, same thing with minor. Okay, and then so that's basically how chords. That's just I think I'm kind of oversimplifying the way uh, chords work because yeah, we don't want to go too deep into that theory because it's going to take a while. All right, so yeah, so that's the basic way to create chords. Okay, so what if we want to use let's see C major scale. Now here's the thing. I don't want to get down to theory too much. So if you are, so this is like a life hack or whatever. Okay, so not really like life hack because you guys are going to be using internet anyway. Um, so we talk about the chords part. Now we want to talk about the progression part. So if you want to find out if your song, like what chords should be played in my song, just Google it. So for example, I am now in C major scale, so in C major seventh. So I can say C major seventh chord progression. So there you go. And then there you have it. Um, there you go. Maybe yeah, this chart should be good. Okay, so I can't make it bigger. Let's dang it. It's too small. But this one's kind of good. Okay, so all right, here you go. I zoomed in a little bit. All right, so I'm on C major seventh, so I should be playing the song around D major seven, E major seven, F major seven, and G major seven. So how do I find out where they are? So find the root, which is supposed to be this first note in the chord, right? The one is called the root, right? The tonic chord, yeah, C, C, and then the next note should be D, right? It's right over there. So I just have to copy and paste that and move it up to D. But sounds kind of weird because I'm supposed to play a D minor 7. Okay, so not this is still a major chord. So this shape is a major shape. So I need to push the third degree of that chord half step down. Let's see how if that actually worked. That sounds kind of weird. Okay, we gotta pull out another cheat sheet. Okay, so major seventh chord piano. There you go. We we need D minor seventh. So yeah, so a lot of this uh, process involves like Googling. If you don't know music theory, if you don't play music at all, right? So I know that some of you plays music and some of you don't. Okay, so D F A C, it's fine. D F A C. Okay, there you go. Yep, that's right. So push back the seventh and the third. Okay, then you have your minor seventh. Okay. All right, so that's basically it. So your assignment actually is pretty simple. Do the same thing as I do right here, right? So I need you to create a sequence of chords um, from a 4 bar. 4 bar is fine, so it's going to be like super short, but if you want to, you can extend it to 8. Okay, so let me maybe repeat that. Okay, this is just an example. So I need you to create 4 chords. You can use the same tonic chord, which is C right here, C major 7, or you can use another one. And then maybe add, just a little bit of drums on top of it. Okay. Not bass. Want drums. Yeah, that should do. Okay. And then there you have it. Okay. So yeah, I'm doing 2 chords here. I need you to do 4 chords. Okay. If you're confused, look it up. Look at the chord progression chart and find out what chord you need to play. And then if you don't know how to create the shape, look at another chart. I know it's just kind of taking a long time to make, but this is kind of like if you don't know music theory kind of way. So there you go. But if you already know how to play piano and then you know how chords work, that it should be super easy for you. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. See you next time.